Hey, what is up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. Happy Wrestle Kingdom 12 day as we are rolling on down the road. I know that I just got off work. I gotta go home. I gotta sort of take it easy because tonight at 11 o'clock is when Wrestle Kingdom will start live on New Japan World. I can't stress that enough to you. I'm not saying that if you don't watch this show, you're less of a wrestling fan than anybody else. I'm just trying to tell you that honestly, if you are a wrestling fan, this is something you probably want to check out, especially if you've never checked out New Japan Pro Wrestling before. A few months ago, the Young Bucks basically said that they were working hard on trying to get a deal together to have two mystery guests for their introduction to the ring for their big Wrestle Kingdom match. Of course, at this show, they're going to be wrestling against Roppongi something, and this is going to be a big one. Honestly, in my opinion, I think that if there was ever going to be a time for Hulk Hogan to join the Bullet Club, this is the right time to do it. And people are going to think that I'm crazy, basically thinking that Hogan would go to Japan just to do an introduction with the Young Bucks and basically be an introductory member of the Bullet Club. Honestly, in my opinion, you got to think that, you know, Hulk, he lost a lot of money in the divorce, and then he got a lot of money in the Gawker case over the whole sex tape trial. But basically, Hulk Hogan is a guy that has spent his whole life involved with wrestling. And I'm sure that honestly, with a lot of people that achieve fame, they don't want to let that fame go. They want to stick close to what put bread on their put butter on their bread, whatever the right saying is. I'm thinking honestly that if WWE has not contacted Hulk Hogan with any sort of plans for him to rejoin the company, and I completely understand why WWE would be slow on the draw to bring Hulk back. I think that honestly, at least for looking at my Twitter timeline, for any time there's mentions of Hulk Hogan, I think that what he did was wrong. Everybody knows that, but I think that everybody is willing and ready to forgive this guy. And yeah, of course, anytime any celebrity that's ever done anything wrong steps back out into the bright shining lights, there's going to be people who are negative just because they want to be negative, even if they don't even care about wrestling. People are going to say that how dare Vince McMahon bring Hulk back. What I think that honestly is that if Hulk Hogan was to go to Japan, a lot like Chris Jericho wrestling in Japan, I don't think that it would hurt his value to come back to WWE. It might even help his value in order to come back to WWE sooner than later. But I think that this would be one of the biggest things to happen in wrestling. And I know that when it comes to the Bullet Club, a lot of the members that are in there were wrestling fans when they were younger, and I'm sure they look up to Hulk Hogan. And for him to be an introductory member just for the night, I think that it would be one hell of a moment for as well as New Japan Pro Wrestling, as it is for the Bullet Club and WWE wrestling fans, Hulk Hogan fans around the world. Plus, that would sort of give him a niche in the marketing, to maybe start selling some New Japan shirts at the Hogan's Beach Shop, which I bet he would love to do that. You get some Hogan Club shirts, can't go wrong. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. That's my wild prediction. I didn't put that in there on my Wrestle Kingdom video earlier today, but that's the one thing I'm looking for. Honestly, when it comes down to it, the last few years that I've watched the Wrestle Kingdom shows, in order to kick this show off in the right way, the Young Bucks are normally the opening match on the card. So even if you don't want to watch the whole show, at least watch the beginning just to see what's missing, and I bet you're probably going to see Hulk Hogan.